But VJ, we normally like to talk about winners, right? Or teams that are in competition for something, right? But at this point right now, the only thing that the Detroit Pistons are in competition of is futility. Like, will they be the worst team in NBA history?
Man. Right
now, survey says yes. Ding, 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 ding. They take on the Boston Celtics in just a moment right here. It tips off in about 30 minutes. And got to say, VJ, I think the smart money, although I do have to say, I did see John Ewing, who tweets out the BetMGM bet information. He's a good follow to know what kind of the sports books are thinking about.
Yeah.
He said there's more bets on the Pistons money line today than any other bet in the NBA. Any spread, any side, any prop. And that's because it's almost 10-1, considering they will beat the Boston Celtics tonight, who are sitting Jaylen Brown. Jason Tatum questionable. But still, I'm going to go ahead and think – I'm not betting on it, but I would imagine the Pistons finish tonight 2-28.
Yeah. This is very alarming. This is super, super alarming that the Pistons are this bad. And I don't –
was it 1 alarm, 2 alarm, 3 alarm?
This is what's the losing streak right now? 28?
It's 27 right
27, okay. So 227 is their record. It's an old TV show right there with Jack A. Hare. So that's where they're sitting right now. I'm going to go to a place that I normally don't like to go this early for a coach with a new team. I'm questioning whether Monty Williams even wants to be there. I really am, because we all know what happened and how Phoenix ended. He was very adamant about taking some time and just kind of going away for a little while. And the Pistons did what a good business organization does when you want to go get your guy. They put a contract on the table that nobody, I don't care how much rest you need, how much you want to go chill with the family, how much you want to get yourself together. When that contract hits the table and they put a pin on it and they slide it across the table, nobody's not signing that.
6 years, $78.5 million.
Come on.
And it has, with performance incentives factored in, just spoiler alert, I don't think he's going to hit those performance incentives, at least not in year one. It could exceed upwards of $100 million.
Yeah, so nobody's saying no to that. But that does not mean his heart was in this job. They have talent. I don't want to hear guard heavy, guard load. It's a damn guard league. What basketball have y'all been watching? There's no big men, no real big, 2 or 3 guys left? It's a wing and guard league. You have the former number 1 pick. You have 2 or 3 top 5, top 6
Marvin
guys.
Bagley was a 3rd pick.
Oh, my
overall.
God.
Jaden Ivey was a high pick. Cade Cunningham, like you said, the 1st overall pick.
Weissman was a number 2.
Yeah,
was a number 2 overall pick. Like, you have talent. I don't want to hear there's talent there. And last year, trust me, there were times you could see the Pistons were starting to come together, and that was without Cade Cunningham. You get the former number 1 pick back, who's legit on both ends of the floor. Yeah, he's got some improvement to make on his jumpy. He's got some improvement to make on his defensive side of the ball. But so did everybody when they first came into the NBA. It looks lifeless. It looks like he's lost the team. And when you lose a young team this early, this is an alarm, man. This is a full-blown – your catastrophic Armageddon, Independence Day type alarm. It just feels like he don't want to be there, but he's there because he's getting paid. But I know he walked away, and I know what he said when he walked away. And for you to jump right back in it, I almost kind of use the analogy of it's like the guy who goes through a long relationship, guy or girl, goes through a long relationship and it ends badly. It ends badly, and they go, you know what? I'm going to stay single for a while. I'm not going to date. I'm going to hit the gym. I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to do all these things. And you see him at the bar a week later, and he's with a girl, and he introduces you. Hey, VJ, I would like to I want you to meet my girl. Now, you're not going to blow his cover if you're a real homie, but you're looking like, bro, didn't you just say you were taking a break after your 15-year relationship, after your 10-year relationship, and you're already in another relationship, and they already start to spiral early? It's like, yeah, bro, you shouldn't even be there. I'm just starting to feel like, Martin, I don't want to, say what's in the guy's heart. I'm only talking about what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing is a lifeless team, no energy. He's lost these young kids. And I'm just, even his pressers, they just kind of look like, yeah, we didn't something is we got to get better at that. Oh, no, well, thank you, Captain Obvious. That you got to get better at something at 2-27. That's where I am with it, man. I don't want to use the F word, the fired word right now, but if I'm the front office, I may just be having some conversation of, maybe we blew this by bringing this guy in, coming off
VJ,
of, yeah.
I'm gonna list you some names of people that make less money than Monty Williams.
Oh my God, go.
Greg Popovich, right? Monty Williams, $13 million per year on average. All right. Greg Popovich, $11.5 million per year. Steve Kerr, $9 million per year. Those two guys have in common. And Eric Spoelstra, $8.5 million per year. Championship rings.
Multiple.
Although, you know what else Popovich and Monty Williams have in common? 20-game losing streaks this year.
That's true.
Woo.
That's true.
All right.
That's true.
So, only 4 of the coaches were making $8 million or more last season, and all of them were fired. Nick Nurse, Mike Budenholzer, Doc Rivers, Steve Nash. All right? Bill Belichick makes $20 million per year reportedly, right? Sean Payton, the guy that I'll talk about in just a little bit, makes $18 million. Pete Carroll, $15. Sean McVay, $14. And there's the list of coaches in professional and college sports that make more money than Monty Williams. Yeah. Or make, just around that same amount, right? Nick Saban, $11.7 million. John Calipari, $8.5 million.
That's just, at some point, Martin, real talk, man, at some point, it can't just be the players. I'm big on coaching. I say this all the time. People who say stupid stuff like anybody could coach that team, or anybody could have coached Jordan and Pippen, or Kobe and Shaq, or anybody could have coached that word. That's crap. That's not true at all. Coaching matters, or they wouldn't have coaches. Coaching matters, or they wouldn't have coaches. There's a reason why Roy Williams could leave Kansas and come to Carolina and hang multiple banners. But they couldn't get it done without Dean Smith until he got there. There's a reason why some coaches win and some coaches don't. Coaching matters. And right now, it just feels like he doesn't want to coach because they have too much talent to be sitting as the worst team possibly in NBA history. What's the record? Is it 33 in a row or something to that? As far as
28?
losses? I was 20. Okay, 28 in a row. They're going to eclipse that, Martin. They're not winning these games.
I mean, several people, I'm in the betting world big time.
Yeah, big time.
Several people right now are laying alternate spreads on Boston minus 30. I mean, I'm saying it.
I don't think Boston covers the 30, but they're going to win.
This is from Sham Sharania. He said, this time around, Tom Gores, the owner of the Pistons, Troy Weaver, the general manager, and some Pistons front office decided not to take no for an answer and put numbers in front of Williams, as well as a plan to court and entice him to help an up-and-coming squad get to the next level, as he had done with the Suns, rather than sit out a year. The next day, that collective meeting, Gores sent a private plane to pick up Williams. Per league sources, the 51-year-old coach was in Gores' California living room that night. And maybe, just maybe.
That's my point.
Maybe, just maybe, guy tells you no. Just take no. Take no.
Rich people don't.
You know what I mean?
Rich people don't like no.
Just take no as the answer. Maybe no should have just worked out because you probably, have a better, or let's just say this, a more suited head coach at the moment for like half the price.
Yeah.
$13 million? They were big in Kevin Ollie, right? That was another.
True, Kevin Ollie was a name out there also.
I think Kevin Ollie would have did it for like $7 million.
Yeah, and I guarantee you this. If Kevin Ollie's there, you cannot convince me that they're sitting at 2-27. You could tell me nothing. If Kevin Ollie's that head coach, they may have 7, may have 8, 9, 10, cool. But they would not be 2-27 if Kevin Ollie took the deal. But this is what I've been saying for about 3 weeks now. They put a deal on the table that just nobody was gonna say no to. But that doesn't mean that they're into it. That doesn't mean that they're committed because they signed. Charles Barkley is famous for saying, he did an interview where he said he walked into the Houston Rockets front office with on his mind to retire, to tell them he was done. They put a 2-year extension on the table. He said he picked up a pen and signed it. But he walked out the door. He said, I knew in my head I couldn't play no more. I knew I couldn't play anymore. I knew I didn't have it anymore. But they put that money on the table in front of me, and I went, okay, yeah. What'd you come in for, Charles? I was going to tell y'all about something that happened last night, but it's not important. Never mind. Give me a pen and let me sign.
Right.
I just think that they put this deal on the table, and who's saying no to $70 million guaranteed dollars when you want to really go sit and take a year off? Remember, he had the tragic with his misses and stuff. So I feel for the dude, but I'm calling it just like I see it. He looked at $70 million and went, oh, God, who turns down $70 million in America, people? Nobody does.
Yeah, he's had tough go. His wife obviously died in a car accident in 2016, and his wife now that he married in 2018 or 2017, I believe, is fighting cancer.
Yes.
So I mean, all the reason in the world to not be consuming yourself.
No.
With basketball and work at this moment in time, especially when you consider the amount of money he's made prior to this moment, right?
And I'm praying for him. I just want that to be out there. I'm praying for him. I really am. I'm pulling for him, but I just don't think this is the job for him right now.
And also that roster probably could use a little bit of work, but still, regardless, you can back into 20 wins in the NBA.
Like 25.
You can there's literally things called schedule losses in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like as a bettor, you bet on those. Whoa, this team's playing 3 games in 4 nights.
Yeah.
And they're on the road, and they just moved. They just flew from New York to Oklahoma City. It's like, yeah, they're probably gonna or like, for example, today, Luka Doncic is gonna be out against the Minnesota Timberwolves for the Dallas Mavericks. You know how I knew that? Because he's day-to-day with the quad and played 38 minutes the night before. I didn't need to hear the announcement later on today coming from Mark Stein that Doncic was going to sit today. It's the NBA of today.
And that's also coming off the Christmas night game, too, against Phoenix, correct?
So you have an idea.
Yep.
He's played 40 minutes the last couple nights. You have an idea. He's
December.
probably going to rest, right? But no, it doesn't matter. Whatever the Pistons do, they continue to lose. But where do you go from here? How do you move on from this? What is the answer